Medbed Updates, welcome back. Now, something very interesting today and very important. I'm highlighting an email I received from a lady called Maureen, who paid $750. She was persuaded to part with $750 for a registration fee for a medbed. This was a total scam, and she has contacted me with her story, and she's allowed me to publish her story here. Now, just a little bit of a background to this. I got involved in some Facebook groups about this a while back, and I asked people if they'd been scammed in any way by some promise of medbeds, if they would like to share their story and help other people to avoid it happening to them. And I got a fantastic response. I've got almost 40 emails from people now who are sharing their stories, and it's quite horrendous, really. But I want to publish this on my channel here. So I'm going to be publishing these emails, these stories I'm receiving from people. And hopefully, by doing so, you can understand more how this scam works. And you won't be kind of roped into this, and you'll end up not paying any money out for these bogus medbeds, bogus medbed idea, at least. Now, just to be clear, medbeds are very real, but there's people taking advantage of people online, and you really need to be aware of this because they're very clever scammers. So let me share this email with you. This is the first of many, unfortunately, that I'm going to be sharing with you. This is Maureen's story, who lost $750. Let me read this out to you now. To whom it may concern, thank you for giving people an opportunity to highlight this issue with medbed scams. I'm writing this email in the hope that it may serve as a caution to anyone else who may come across this so-called medbed movement that is spreading online, particularly through a popular YouTube channel run by a woman called, I'm going to redact the name there, obviously I don't want to say anybody's name directly, but she says the name here, run by a woman called blank, who I now realise too late is either deceiving people herself or knowingly letting others do so in her name. I'm a 61-year-old woman from Malta. I've been suffering from osteoarthritis for years now. I've limited mobility, and most of my days, this is so sad, most of my days are spent managing pain and trying to stay mentally positive despite it. I've always been a believer in alternative therapies and holistic healing. So when I found this woman on YouTube who seemed to be very spiritual, speaking about medbeds that could supposedly heal the body entirely, naturally I was intrigued. She came across as very sincere. She wasn't overly flashy or arrogant. She talked about animals, especially her horses, with such affection. She'd do live Q&A sessions, question and answer sessions, although I later realised, she says here, that the questions were repeated a lot, which now seems suspicious to me. I think what Maureen is saying is that she suspects that there may have been kind of plants in the Q&A sessions, just asking the same questions maybe. I think that's what Maureen is alluding to make it seem more realistic. Anyway, she made it sound like she had actually been in one of these medbeds and that she was some special military space person or something. Yeah, okay. Anyway, it seemed fantastical, but I started to believe it after a while. She was also very clear repeatedly that medbed treatments would be free once they were fully rolled out. I think this is what pulled Maureen in, is that she was being told that the medbed treatments would be free, which I think which was a lot of people at the end of the day, and they will be. There's no doubt about it, they will be free once they're actually fully implemented, but that's, we don't know when that is yet, but certainly never pay for these things. Anyway, carrying on with what Maureen is saying here. But she said there was a delay. Now, that's a tactic, isn't it? And in the meantime, she encouraged people to join her Telegram group to stay connected and receive inside updates. So I joined the group. It felt exciting at first, like I was part of something big and secret. There were people from all over the world sharing stories and hope. After about a week, someone posted a document with direct contacts. This is exactly as I was mentioning actually in my one of my previous videos. This is how the scam works. So someone posted a document with direct contacts for medbed clinics organised by region. That is region throughout the world. They list about 40 or so Medbeds or with phone numbers. There was a listing near Malta, so I emailed them to see if they could offer me a place. A woman responded saying I needed to pay a $750 registration fee, which cost her about $690 after conversion and fees, to be placed on the Global Healing Access list. She said the treatment would still be free, but the fee was required to cover identity verification and frequency compatibility testing. Dear. Anyway, so Maureen says, I hesitated, but when I brought it up in the Telegram group, others said they had already paid and were awaiting scheduling. And this is how the scam works again. There are people in the groups, again, who are plants, and their job is to persuade everybody else to part with money and that these things are genuine when of course they're not. Anyway, Maureen continues, I paid, I just can't believe I fell for this. A week passed, then another, no reply. I emailed again, nothing. Tried calling the number, disconnected. And this is what they do is they change numbers. After so many people phone, they then just change the numbers. I went back to the Telegram group, and when I asked about it, my comment was removed. But I posted again. Within an hour, I was banned. And I think since then, if this is the same person, I think it is. I think it's difficult to comment now as well. Anyway, I reached out to the YouTuber directly. I was polite. I explained the situation. She replied a day later with a short message. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm not involved with any individual Medbed centre. I do not manage any part of the registration process. Please be cautious and trust your intuition. Trust my intuition, says Maureen. I did. That's why I followed her. Now, the truth is, I was taken advantage of emotionally, financially, and psychologically. I feel humiliated. I'm a pensioner. This is so sad. Living on a fixed income. That money was part of my emergency fund. This is what starts to get me angry here. I don't have the means to recover it, and it hurts knowing I fell for something so well crafted and cruel. I don't care if, and again I've redacted this name here, that claims she's not involved. She is pushing people into a scam network. Whether she profits or not, she is the front door. Please include my story on your channel. Let this be a warning to others who are sick, tired, and simply looking for hope. With deep regrets, Maureen L. in Malta. So there you go, a very, very sad story. This is a pensioner, 61-year-old lady, or maybe not a pensioner, but certainly, getting on in age. She's got an emergency fund, and she's been persuaded through scammers to part with a lot of money, $750, on the pretense that she's going to be registered for a Medbed centre. And this all came about by her watching a YouTuber who talks about Medbeds. And claims to be an authority on Medbeds. Again, I'm not saying the name that Margaret has said here. I'm just telling this story so that we can all, see what is going on. Okay, very sad story. Hopefully this has helped you. Hopefully it keeps you away from parting with any money for bogus Medbeds, from bogus emails and bogus messages coming from Telegram groups associated with certain YouTubers.